What's going on, everybody? It's Corey from Sable Guys TCG here, and we got a little guest today. We got a new teammate on board. We got Colton with us. Colton's probably the more accomplished one in the house. Colton is a senior, and I believe you finished in the top 100 last year in seniors, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So he got 6 League Cup wins last year. Two top 32s at 2 different regionals at Roanoke and Athens regionals, and a top 64 at internationals. Did get his world's invite, and didn't get a chance to go. Unfortunately, didn't have the funds to make it out there, but definitely will be going for it again this year. Correct, Colton?
Yes.
All right. Well, today we're going to be looking at our last weekend's League Cup. On the left, we have Haley Brokaw and Joe Gonzalez on the right. Haley's going to be playing Espeon Garb, and Joe will be playing Gardevoir. In my opinion, I think Espeon Garb kind of has the advantage in this matchup. So long as you just keep confusing them and don't put your energies down on your Espeon until you're ready to take a KO on the Gardevoir. And that's really, I think, the key of this matchup. That and getting your Garbotoxins out so you can shut down their secret springs. So right now it looks like Joe has Ultra Ball. If I were him, I'd probably go with a Tapu Lele and try to get the Bridget down turn 1 if I had a good draw supporter in hand. And that looks like the route that he's going to go here. Does go with the double Ralts and the Remoraid. Trying to pretty decent start by Joe, don't you think?
Yeah. I would definitely say with the Octillery, she definitely needs to get Garbotoxin ability out and cut off abilities.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say that the Abyssal Hand is the key here. Like I said, the Secret Springs and making sure that the active Gardevoir can't take a knockout on your Espeon. But it does look like Haley didn't have much in her hand, so she's going to go ahead and just end right here. See if she can go ahead and get an Energy Evolutions off on that Eevee on the bench. And I'd probably just go ahead and retreat into the Eevee if I could get a Psychic Energy down here and just confuse the active Ralts.
I could definitely see that being the play.
So let's see here. She doesn't get the Psychic down, just gets a double kill. So I'm not sure if I'm in favor of that. Just because, like I said in the beginning, I think keeping your energy count on your Eevees or your Espeons low in the beginning is, I think, the correct way to go about this. Just keep confusing them until you're ready to take knockouts with either your Trashalanche or your Espeon.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. I don't know if they really play anything to shuffle energies back in or no.
She might play a Super Rod. I'm not exactly sure about Haley's
list.
Yeah, list. Speaking of Haley, Haley did also have a prize penalty. She had a deck list error in the beginning. So Joe was awarded 1 prize card in the beginning of this game. Just if anybody's wondering why Joe has 5 prizes. But it does look like she'll go ahead and come in and take the knockout with the Psychic from Espeon. Joe promotes the Remoraid. So Haley off to a pretty decent start here in game 1. Joe, who looked like he was going to have a pretty decent beginning, just kind of clunked out a little bit here.
I mean, if he can somehow manage to get out a Gardevoir this turn and get that Remoraid out of the active spot, he could set up very well.
I think he probably will go ahead and go for the Octillery here, but he looks like he just decided to go with the Gardevoir, I think.
I mean, does he? It depends if he has a
Yeah,
support
he did. He just went for the Gardevoir, Rare Candy. I probably would have went for the Octillery in that position. Try to draw some extra cards. Hopefully get it in. Yeah, he's just stalling right here, I think. But he will go ahead and take the knockout with this Gardevoir. And Haley's in a pretty bad position right now. She's really in a bad position, especially if Joe can take a knockout here, which is highly possible. Because Haley's already got 90 damage worth of energy on her.
He's got 60.
And he's got 60, so we're already looking at
150.
150.
So he needs 2 more energies.
But didn't do that.
Knockout.
Just decided to go with the retreat and take the 100 damage with the Tapu Lele.
Which honestly, I'm pretty sure he just has, what, a hand of 2 cards? So he needs to get Artillery out now soon.
I don't even think he needs to do that. He wins. He has the win next turn if Haley can't get another Pokemon on the bench. I do see she has a Versus Seeker hand. It does look like she's going to go ahead and play the end, though.
She definitely needs the Pokemon out now.
Yeah, if she doesn't get a Pokemon down here, it's game over.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can see what she draws into. She does get another Eevee down. And we'll go ahead and Energy Evolution, so she'll go ahead and get another Espeon down. If I was her, I'd probably go ahead and retreat out of this active Espeon and go into the back one and try to confuse the Tapu Lele again. Forcing Joe to either flip for the attack on the confusion or have to retreat again into the Gardevoir to get another attack off.
And luckily for Haley, I'm trying to think, I don't think Gardevoir has any energy on it, so she's in a good spot if she can get a Garb down.
But it does look like she go ahead and just attacks with the active. So let's see what Joe would do here. So he'll go ahead and Ultra Ball, possibly go ahead and get this Octillery out, get some draw power going. That's exactly what he'll do.
That's exactly what he needed at this point, because I don't think his hand size is that big.
No, and over his last couple of turns, it doesn't look like he's had much to do, really. So he did go ahead and Abyssal Hand right there. Looks like he's contemplating what to do here. Does look like he might be trying to Ultra Ball. Thinking it over pretty good, though. So let's see.
He definitely needs to get another Gardevoir out too and play.
If he could go ahead and Ultra Ball, if he is thinking about Ultra Ball, possibly Ultra Ball for a Tapu Lele here and just go ahead and get yourself a supporter. If it's actually in there, though. Which I can't really tell if it is or not.
Which I'm kind of wondering if he's playing like a regular list, or maybe he built his own, or...
It does look like he goes the Tapu Lele route, though. And we'll get a Skyla for a rare candy. Interesting. Makes you wonder if he has another Gardevoir in hand. Actually, just go ahead and rare candy Glade and Premonition. So go ahead and Premonition lets you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, organize them in any way you like, and put them back on top of your deck. It looks like he will go ahead and take the knockout with Sensitive Blade. So, pretty decent comeback for Joe right there. Go ahead and picks up 2 more prizes. Even if Haley ends him here, his Abyssal Hand will give him 3 extra cards. But she will go ahead and take the knockout with Psychic. And if Joe can put together, let's see, is that double colorless?
If he can get the double Secret String in her DCE.
Well, he can't get a double Secret Spring here, so he'll have to go Secret Spring, double colorless, and I think Choice Band for the win, correct? Nope, he didn't get it.
That was a very quick turn.
It was just attack pass, but it doesn't look like Haley's going to have much right here. She definitely has to get this active Espeon out of the active, or we're going to head and go to game 2. We'll get the Rescue Stretcher down for the Tapu Lele.
I'm curious to see if she'll go for a win here because of Octillery being in play, or...
I still think that you have to, I think even having your opponent relying on having to get the cards they need off of Abyssal Hand is key, but it does look like she's going to go ahead and favor the Sycamore instead, just trying to
get the cards that she needs.
Yeah, trying to get the cards that she needs, thin out her deck a little bit more, but she's already playing pretty far behind right now. Low decided Sycamore. And lays down a Trubbish. So she's got two options here: retreat into the Trubbish, or try to confuse the active Gardevoir. But it's not looking too good for her right now.
Honestly, it's really hurt her not being able to get out anything for like Garbodor wise, or I feel like Trash Lynch would have definitely helped. Can't really tell how big the stack is, but looks like a pretty decent size stack for items.
Does look like all Joe will need here, though, is a Secret Spring and I believe a double colorless for game right here, if he can get it.
Yeah, I don't think Joe's played very many supporters, so
There's the double colorless. And actually, sorry, I miscalculated. That's 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Yeah, that's a game. So, sorry, that's why I don't do math. Pretty quick game one. Joe started out slow and then finished off pretty strong. Haley just couldn't really get much going. Think she definitely could have left a couple of those double colorless energies off the Espeon, saved herself some damage, forced your opponent to have the extra energy attachments to try to take a knockout on you. See if she can go ahead and correct a couple of those mistakes, and let's see if Joe can get his deck working a little bit faster in this game. Both didn't have too great of games, if you really want me to be honest with you. Or, not that they didn't have great games, but their decks didn't perform as well as I think that they would like.
Yeah. Haley definitely needs to try to get at least a Garbodor out this game. Maybe one of each to help cut off the abilities from stopping as much damage from Joe.
Yeah, and Joe definitely needs to get at least 2 Gardevoirs out at a time. Keep those Secret Springs rolling, and make sure you're putting added pressure onto your opponent with that massive damage that Gardevoir is able to do.
Honestly, that was kind of interesting to see the Gallade play, though.
It was. I don't see too many people play with or play the Gallade unless it's weakness specific like Drampa or Darkrai. So it was nice to see Gallade come in there for a quick knockout. Does look like Haley's going to start off pretty strong. Go ahead and get an Bridget down. Turn 1 for 2 Trubbishes and an EV to go ahead and Energy Evolution into the Espeon. So she's already starting off pretty good. Attaches the Float Stone to Trubbish, and we'll just go ahead and pass over to Joe. Joe's going to go ahead and attach to the Bench Ralts, attach a Choice Band, and just a pass. So that would let me know that he doesn't have much of anything right now. And if I was Haley, I'd be trying to put the pressure on him as soon as I could. If you can go ahead and get your Espeon up into the active and get a Divide GX, take out the Bench Ralts that already has energy on it, and put 40 extra onto the active, Joe's going to be in a pretty tough spot if you can pull that off right here.
Yeah, Joe's definitely not in a good spot with the simple pass. It was basically a draw for turn, attachment, and then pass.
Yep. And it looks like Haley does get the Garbatoxin down, a double colorless onto the Espeon, and clean Sycamore there. That's what you saw the high five for. Good sportsmanship on both the competitors right here. Haley doesn't get an attack off here, though, but he will go ahead and Hex and pass. Joe's just really struggling right here, hoping he's living on top deck mode.
It's really not good for Joe at this point with the Garbatoxin ability being out, so he can't Lele anymore.
Haley does decide to go with the Divide GX here, and Joe will go ahead and concede going into Game 3. So, quick Game 2, turnaround for Haley. That's exactly how she wants her deck to work. Get Garbatoxin out, and let Espeon do the work from there.
And then have that late game Trash Lynch.
Yeah, but Joe definitely not having his deck work how he wants.
Even though he won game 1, it just didn't set up like
it doesn't seem like it's setting up too well. But let's see if he can pull out one here. Let's see if Haley can pull out her one game comeback and go 2-1 in this series. Does look like Joe starts with a mulligan. So Haley will get 1 extra prize card so far.
And I would assume that Joe's going first, being
Yeah.
his evolving.
Haven't seen a Deontay in his list either, so I'm assuming he's not playing that, so he can't get the automatic turn 2 Gardevoir down, unless he has to rare candy. So it looks like we are going to go ahead and start game 3, and Joe does start a Shaman. It's a pretty rough start.
And honestly, the starting Eevee from Haley is a pretty good start if you can turn one Confusion.
Oh yeah, for sure. Joe does go ahead and attach the double colors to Shaman, hopefully to get a turn 2 Sky Return off. Go ahead and get that Shaman out of the active. I would not... That's probably his worst starter he could have had in this game, besides Remoraid.
Yeah, anything besides Ralts isn't necessarily the best starter to get now. At least he did get some Ralts down before he had to pass, so...
Haley does go ahead and get an Energy Evolutions off here, getting the Espeon out. Let's go ahead and take a quick look through her deck, see what's in there. Seeing if she has anything prized, like Tapu Lele's, Energy Counts, other Espeons. Just key cards that she's going to need later on in this match.
You know, I'd be curious to see with Joe's hand if he has the supporter that he might need for next turn. He hasn't really had the supporters that he needs in the previous games at times.
Does look like Haley goes for the Confusion here. Off the Psybeam attack, and Joe is... Looks like he might Ultra Ball, maybe? Nope, Field Blower. Go ahead and take that Float Stone off the Trubbish so we can prevent the Garbotoxin ability from coming down. If she has it in hand. But, Joe, not...
I'm curious, if he's going to play a supporter, I almost would have liked holding the Field Blower for a turn. Okay, so...
Just play the Sycamore, so I guess it's alright he played the Field Blower. Does get another Ralts down. Curlia on the bench. And it looks like he's contemplating something else. Looks like he's contemplating an Ultra Ball right here. Nope, just go ahead and tries a Sky Return and fails it. So it's now 60 damage on the Shaman because of the Confusion fail attack. And Haley could actually go ahead and take a knockout right here with Psychic if she can land the double colorless.
Honestly.
Or even a Choice Band for Psybeam. So let's see, she does go ahead and get another Espeon down on that back Eevee.
Honestly, I'd like to see that play as the Choice Band.
Yeah, Choice Band Psybeam right here would be pretty clutch for Haley. She doesn't get it though, just go ahead and confuse the active Shaman still. See what Joe can do here. Now, Joe can still retreat out of the Shaman though. Not too sure if I would attempt the Sky Return just yet. Just because I wouldn't want to give my opponent free 2 prizes if I fail it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is definitely because you don't want to be having to put anything into the active right now just to get confused right out the gate.
No, you can promote the Gardevoir onto the bench, and go ahead and start putting 90 damage on your opponent's Espeon. So I definitely think that could be the better play. I understand trying to get that Shaman out of play right now, but I just don't think I would want to risk Sky Returning out of the active and failing it.
It's giving your opponent a free 2 prizes, which you definitely don't want. Then not to mention on the fail knockout, you have to promote something into the active.
So let's see here. Just go ahead and Sycamore.
It'd be nice for Joe if he could get another Gardevoir out this turn.
Yeah, he could. It depends if he has the rare candies. It does look like he's contemplating making another play.
Like an Ultra Ball, I want to say he had in hand.
Possibly, that's what it looks like. He is going to go ahead and Ultra Ball. Go ahead and go in to find a Remoraid.
I was about to say, it'd be a really good play if he could get out Remoraid, because he only has the 4 bench spots, and now he does manage to get ahead. Late game's ends won't really be affecting him. And anything just having dead hands.
Only thing that could hurt him is Haley does have that Trubbish on the bench with the Float Stone. Getting the Garbotoxin down could really make that play null and void. I mean, Abyssal Hand doesn't work if you can't use it under Garbotoxin. It does look like he tries to Sky Return and fails it, giving Haley a free 2 prizes off that failed Sky Return.
Now, I'd be curious to see if he runs 2 field blowers or not, because I know a good amount of lists do run 2 field blowers. So I'd be curious to see if Joe does.
If he does, I mean, there's always the possibility of it being prized.
Yeah.
Haley is going to go ahead and Sycamore here, getting a fresh 7 cards. Do see a teammates. I couldn't really see what else she got.
I want to say there's a Versus Seeker in hand.
Does look like she's going to go ahead and Ultra Ball the Psychic and a Trash Lance Garbodor.
Definitely, I would say would go for.
I'd go ahead and go for another Trubbish right here, probably.
Yeah.
And it does look like that's what she's going to get. Oh, no, she does go with the Garbotoxin. So, yeah, I totally forgot about that play. Almost thought it was already in. Definitely a good play by Haley. Does attach the double colors to the active Espeon. Not sure if I'm in favor of that. Like I said, still think that you need to keep your energy count low against Gardevoir just because of the massive amount of damage that it can do. But it does look like she's going ahead and probably... Oh, she'd go ahead and takes the Divide GX and puts C.
I want to say it was 60 on the Ralt or
No,
the
it was
Remoraid.
60 on the Remoraid for the knockout and then 40 on the bench Gardevoir. So really good play by Haley there. I see what she did. Go ahead and knock out his draw power. And even if he does get a second field blower, go ahead and stop that. And Joe will just go ahead and attach the DCE to the bench Gardevoir and in.
Honestly, if I'm correct, if he can get a Choice Band, he will be able to hit the knockout here, because he can Secret Spring and then retreat into the Gardevoir for the knockout, I want to say.
I don't even think he needs that. I think he just needs to get the Gardevoir into the active for the knockout.
So if he got a simple Energy or even a Float Stone, he'll have the knockout here.
And he doesn't seem to get it, so he's going to go ahead and pass over to Haley. Couldn't get the Float Stone down. That's pretty crucial for Joe.
He's definitely not having the start that he wanted in this game. I mean, of course he's got the Gardevoir. It's definitely built up, but
it leaves Espeon fair pickings for a Confusion and possibly a Psychic. That would give Haley an extra 30, 60, 90, 120 damage along with the base 60 that's already doing. If she could field blow her own Float Stone off and attach a Choice Band, that could be a knockout for that Espeon, but she's just going to go ahead and retreat out and confuse the active Tapu Lele.
I do like that play, retreating into them with less energy, just that way.
Yeah, it just makes Gardevoir have to hit an even higher energy attachment number, but like I said, then
Haley can just come back with.
Yeah, come back with a Psychic knockout. So Joe isn't in
Terrible situation.
not a terrible situation, but he's not in the situation he wants to be. Does go ahead and take the knockout, though, putting him down to 4 prize cards, and I believe Haley has 3?
Yeah.
I think it is.
She took the knockout on the Shaman and then the
and the Remoraid. So Haley will have 3. Leaving that bench Espeon. We'll go ahead and teammates.
I will say that she'd go for the DCE for the possible knockout this turn.
So let's see what she'll go here. I would have went with DCE Choice Band. That's exactly what she gets. And she will go ahead and take the knockout, sending her down to 2 prizes, or 1 prize. She's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, and at this point she can just get a Trash Challenge Gardevoir, and
all she has to worry about is Joe not hitting a attachment Choice Band for a return KO, and she'll be okay here.
Which, by how he is playing, it doesn't seem like he would have it, but
I think a late game in here would really help him out. Ending Haley down to 2 or 1 card in hand, and
especially with no energy on that back Trubbish, so
yeah, and just putting her down to low card size, so low and already or so late in the game, and having no way to get that, but it doesn't really matter. Should go ahead and Guzma's the Ralts for Psychic Game. Pretty good game by Haley. Great comeback. Starting down one game and winning the next two. Joe in the first two games couldn't really get his deck going how he wanted to. In the third game, he kind of got it going. You kind of got to see what Gardevoir was all about, having those massive damage numbers, and just couldn't get it though. Couldn't come through with the Garbotoxin on the bench. Really hard to get your multiple attachments like you wanted. Make sure you're taking those knockouts consistently. But overall, good game from both of them. We will be doing a top 4 video coming out soon. This was your top 8 cut. Like I said, our local league, Cape Fear. Shout out to them in Wilmington, North Carolina. Great shop. Go visit them. They got an amazing store. Great stuff, like I said. But yeah, once again, this is Corey from Sable Guys TCG and Colton from Sable Guys TCG signing off, and thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Sable Guys TCG, and you guys have a great night.